Shadowing is a simple way to make your English sound more natural. When you shadow, you listen to a short audio clip and then you repeat what you hear right away. It is like you are following the speaker with your voice. This method is more active than just listening. When you listen passively, you let the words go in and out without trying to copy them. With shadowing, you open your mouth and train your tongue and lips to move in the same way as a native speaker. Over time, your pronunciation improves and your speech becomes smoother. To start shadowing, pick a short piece of audio that you find interesting. You might choose a story, a podcast snippet, or a video segment that lasts 20 to 30 seconds. Make sure the speaker talks at a clear and steady pace. First, play the clip while you read the transcript. Seeing the words on the screen helps you understand the meaning. Then play the clip again, and as soon as you hear each sentence, pause the audio and say the sentence out loud. Even if you feel unsure at first, keep going. Each time you repeat, you build a stronger connection in your mind between the sounds and the words. After you have shadowed several times, record yourself with your phone. Play back your recording while you listen to the original audio. Notice how your pronunciation matches or differs from the speaker's voice. Pay attention to the rhythm, the stress on important words, and the rise and fall of the speaker's tone. When you hear a difference, try that phrase again. This cycle of listening, repeating, recording, and comparing is the key to faster improvement. It might feel awkward at first, but each time you push through the discomfort, your confidence grows. You can make shadowing more fun and effective by adding new activities. Try shadowing with a friend. One of you plays the role of the speaker while the other follows. Then switch roles. Giving and receiving feedback helps you notice details you might miss on your own. You can also try musical shadowing. Choose a short chorus or verse from a favorite English song. Listen to the melody and words. Then sing or speak along with the music. The beat of the song shows you how to match the natural rhythm of English. Finally, you might set up a daily shadowing challenge for yourself. Decide to shadow for 10 minutes every morning. Use a calendar or an app to track your progress and reward yourself for each day you complete the goal. Emotions play a big part in learning, and shadowing can be an emotional journey. Before you begin, notice how you feel. Are you nervous about matching the speaker? Are you excited to learn something new? After you finish, pause and check in with yourself again. Do you feel proud of your progress? Do you feel motivated to try again tomorrow? Writing a short note in a learning journal can help you see how far you have come. You might write a sentence like, "Today I shadowed the story of Elena and felt more confident when I matched the word fired up." These small moments of recognition build positive feelings and encourage you to keep practicing. When you shadow regularly, you will start to notice changes in your everyday speech. Words that used to be hard to say will come out more easily. You will begin to think in English rather than translating in your head. Over time, you will find yourself using new words and phrases without effort. Shadowing creates a bridge between hearing and speaking. It trains your muscles to form English sounds and links those sounds to meaning deep in your mind. Remember that progress in language learning is not a straight line. Some days you may feel stuck or frustrated. On those days, you can still shadow with a short clip or even listen in the background as you do your morning routine. Every bit of effort adds up. Celebrate each small victory, whether it is nailing a tricky idiom or simply feeling more relaxed when you speak. These celebrations keep your spirit high and remind you why you chose to learn English. By practicing shadowing with intention and emotion, you transform passive listening into active speaking. You give your voice a clear model to follow and a mirror to compare with. You add fun through group activities and music, and you build motivation by tracking your progress. The simple act of listening and repeating each day becomes a powerful engine for fluency. In this way, shadowing makes English not just a subject to study, but a living language you can use with confidence and joy. Elena's story unfolds on a Monday morning in a busy office. Yeah. She arrives at her desk, turns on her computer, and pours herself a cup of hot coffee. As she takes a sip, she hears her boss speaking nearby. He says, "She's fired up." In that moment, Elena's heart races and her mind fills with worry. She thinks, "Am I fired? Did I make a mistake on my report? Did I miss an important email?" She reviews her sent messages and checks her calendar, but she cannot calm her fears. Soon, her boss adds, "She's on fire today. Amazing work." Confused, Elena types fired up meaning into an online dictionary. To her great relief, she learns that fired up means excited and motivated, and that on fire means performing very well. Her panic turns into joy as she realizes her boss was praising her all along. This simple misunderstanding shows how English idioms can shape our feelings. The phrase fired up sounds like fired, but it actually means full of enthusiasm. The phrase on fire does not involve flames, but means doing an excellent job. In addition to these, you might also hear blow someone away, which means to impress deeply, or light a fire under someone, which means to motivate strongly. By comparing these expressions, you can see how English speakers use images of heat and energy to talk about emotion and success. When you hear blow someone away, imagine a strong wind of surprise and admiration. When you hear light a fire under someone, picture a gentle spark that urges action and effort. To make these idioms stick in your memory, you can try some simple role play activities. Imagine you are Elena and a friend is your boss. Speak the lines "you're fired up" and "you're on fire" to each other. Notice how it feels to say each phrase with excitement and encouragement. Next, write a short dialogue where Elena calls her best friend after work. Have her explain why she felt scared at first and then relieved. Reading this dialogue aloud helps you practice the idioms in a real-world context. Finally, try a guessing game with classmates. One person acts out an idiom without speaking, and others guess which phrase it is. Then take turns shadowing the correct phrase to practice pronunciation and rhythm. Beyond the activities, Elena's emotional journey offers an important lesson. She moves from fear to understanding and then to joy. This shift shows how a few words can change an entire day. When you learn a new idiom, pay attention to how it makes you feel. Say the phrase with emotion. Notice the rise and fall of your voice when you feel excited and the calm firmness when you offer praise. Recording yourself and playing back the recording will help you hear these emotional tones clearly. Each time you shadow fired up or on fire, imagine the pride in Elena's voice as her boss steps away smiling. These feelings will anchor the meaning of the idioms in your mind. Elena's story also highlights the value of curiosity and quick checking. When in doubt, she used an online dictionary. You too can look up phrases as soon as you meet them. Keep a notebook or an app on your phone to collect new idioms. Write down each phrase, its meaning, and an example sentence. Review your list at the end of each day and practice shadowing the examples. Over time, these idioms will become a natural part of how you speak. Elena's relief and confidence can also become your own. By reimagining her experience, you learn not just words, but how to connect language to feeling and action. This deeper learning will help you use English with clarity and confidence in any conversation. Shadowing on its own can make a big difference, but you can grow even faster when you link it to other skills. After you finish a shadowing session, join a small speaking club or a conversation group. There, you can share what you learned, ask questions, and listen to others use the same phrases. Talking with real people helps your brain use the idioms and rhythms you just practiced. It also builds your confidence as you speak more freely without the pressure of perfecting every word. Writing about your shadowing practice adds another layer to learning. Keep a simple journal where you note the date, the audio you used, and 3 new things you noticed. For example, you might write, "Today I shadowed Elena's story and felt my heart beat faster when I said, 'on fire.'" When you write down these details, you reflect on your feelings and deepen your memory. Later, you can read your journal to see how much you have improved and remind yourself of the emotions that helped you learn. Listening logs are another helpful tool. Create a list of every clip you shadow. Include the title, length, and key idioms you practiced. At the end of each week, review your log and decide on a next step. You might choose a longer clip, try a faster speaker, or focus on a certain accent. These logs show you where you started and how far you have come. They also guide your study plan so you never feel stuck or unsure of what to do next. To keep your practice fresh and exciting, try some new ideas that involve your whole self. Emotional shadowing asks you to add feeling to each sentence. If the line is happy, smile and speak with warmth. If it is surprising, widen your eyes and raise your tone. This joins your emotions with the words and makes phrases more natural. Cultural shadowing invites you to learn about the setting behind each phrase. If you shadow a business meeting clip, read a short article about office culture in English-speaking countries. Knowing the context makes the language come alive. You can also use technology to improve your shadowing. Record your voice with an app that shows a visual sound wave or spectrogram. Match your wave pattern to the original speakers to fine-tune your stress and intonation. A clear learning plan helps you stay on track. Set goals that follow the SMART framework. Choose a specific aim, such as shadow 5 minutes of Elena's story each day. Make it measurable by noting the number of sentences or idioms you practice. Ensure it is achievable by starting with easy materials before moving on to harder ones. Keep it relevant to your needs, whether you want to improve business English or travel conversations. Finally, give yourself a time frame, like 1 week or 1 month. Write these goals in your journal and check them every Sunday. If you meet your goals, add a small reward, such as a favorite snack or a short break doing something fun. Each Sunday, take time to review your journal entries and listening logs. Listen to your old recordings and compare them to new ones. Notice the changes in your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. Adjust your plan if you see places to grow. Maybe you need to slow down your shadowing or try a new topic. This regular check-in keeps your practice focused and prevents boredom. Learning a language is more than a series of exercises. It is a journey of self-discovery. As you combine shadowing with speaking, writing, and listening logs, you build a rich, multi-layered skill set. Each idiom you master becomes a tool you can use in real life. Each recording you review shows you how far you have come. Remember to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Smile when you recognize a phrase without thinking. Feel proud when you speak with a friend without translating in your head. These moments of joy remind you why you began this journey. By weaving shadowing into a broader practice, you make English not only something you study, but something you live and enjoy every day. Elena's story shows how a single phrase can change how we feel. At first, she heard her boss say, "She's fired up," and believed she was in danger of losing her job. Her heart raced and she imagined the worst. When she heard she's on bureau, she felt even more confused. It was only after she looked up the meanings that she realized her boss was praising her energy and hard work. What began as fear became relief and joy. Elena learned that understanding idioms and checking their meanings can turn anxiety into confidence. The deeper lesson for all of us is to stay curious and patient when we face misunderstanding. In real life, we may hear words or see messages that seem negative at first. Instead of jumping to conclusions, we can pause, ask questions, and seek reliable sources. This approach helps in many situations, at work, in friendships, or when learning new skills. When you feel worry or doubt, take a moment to look for more information. A quick online search, a calm conversation, or a trusted dictionary can clear up confusion and guide you toward the right path. You can apply this lesson every day. If you hear a phrase you do not understand, note it down and look it up later. If you receive an unexpected email or message, read it carefully and, if needed, ask for clarification. When learning English or any new subject, build the habit of checking your assumptions. This practice makes you more confident, reduces stress, and leads to better decisions. Like Elena, you will discover that many challenges are simply opportunities in disguise. Congratulations on listening through Elena's complete story and learning these important phrases. You have practiced your English listening and increased your understanding of real life idioms. To celebrate your progress, here is a quick quiz. Which phrase in Elena's story means doing an excellent job? A. Fired up. B. On fire. Please comment A or B below with your answer. I look forward to reading your responses. If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me create more helpful English stories and practice materials. If you would like to support the channel's work further, consider making a small donation. In the beginning, creating quality content can be challenging and time consuming, and your contribution makes it possible to keep sharing free lessons to help you learn English. Thank you for watching and for your continued support.